It's the Dead Panda Podcast, and we talk about stuff such as stand-up comedy, improv comedy, and we ask people to share the feelings.
So this is how podcasts start.
Yeah, just awkward staring at the camera and looking around.
And I just want to quickly mention that your set was a little bit better last week.
Mine or hers?
Yours. I saw the video.
The video. I don't know what you're talking about, honestly.
Tell Chris I said hi.
Oh,
Chris Thickpen.
Yeah. Oh, my set?
Yeah, the
like
video.
on the podcast? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think of a podcast as a set. That's why I'm very confused right now.
It's fine.
Okay. You seem standoffish.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. We have a guest, Luke.
Okay.
I feel like I'm in the middle of
we're gonna
a bitter divorce right now.
I guess
so.
I would stay out of this if you... What's your fucking problem, man? Huh?
This is a very haberdashed setup, and then you go with Chris once and...
Professional. Ace Studios professional setup, you know. We got one fucking mic for 3 people.
Mics cost money, Luke.
Yeah. Yeah. How much do you cost your mic?
It was awful.
That was a good pun. I need some props for that. Okay, thank you. It's all good?
It's all good.
Okay.
We're good. Cool.
Yeah, he was in Portland last week, that's why.
Yeah, shout out.
That's why the show was so good.
Yeah, well, I also did an open mic there at Harvey's Lafayette, and the show was going on behind us, and we were in the bar doing an open mic, and I was under the impression that we were all going to be on the stage, and one of the bartender was a real cunt. He threw out one of the comics because he ordered water instead of a drink.
Really? I would have been thrown out of every open mic ever.
Yeah, needless to say, I murdered. So
yeah. Anyway, we are welcoming a special guest today, Viviane. I don't know how to say your last name correctly, so you might as well say it.
It's Ugalde, but
Ugalde.
it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's whatever.
It's just my
Michael Graham.
given name. It's fine.
yeah, she's had it her whole life.
Yeah, it's okay.
I knew how to say it.
So, tell us a little bit about your background in comedy and maybe how you got started.
Yeah.
Not just stand-up, just any other form of comedy.
Yeah, tell us who you are, where you're from.
Alright, what?
This gang is going to be, this.
We're probably going to be using the camera audio is my guess.
Alright, well, I'm from Fallon, which is arguably a close tie or close second to Winnemucca, so...
Okay.
We're basically
so
cousins.
like where
yeah, right?
would you say it's like less, rural and hickish than Fernley, or
I think
as they call it, Ferntucky?
Well, we're Alabama.
Oh, Alabama.
So,
and he gets a Winnemucca, they're just like, you're fucked.
yeah. Arguably the unofficial slogan is, we're not Fernley, so like, that's like something you grow up with very young. But yeah, so I was born and raised in Fallon. Clearly I made it out by an hour, so that's
good.
Great.
Yeah, it's something though.
Yeah. So I started stand-up the end of my senior year of high school, because Fallon's a great place for open mics and comedy. So...
Sarcasm, folks.
So I did one open mic right before I graduated high school. And I was like, all right, I got it out of my system, never going to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came up here for college, and they had like a comedy club thing. And I was like, all right, I'll go to the meetings, but I won't do anything. Just to see how weird these people are. And then I ended up becoming president of the club, so that really 180'd on me.
Yeah, that's sort of how it went for Hitler, you know? He's just like, oh, we'll see like how these Nazis operate. And, oh no, I'm mein Führer. He didn't want the power, you know? No.
Like,
Is that revisionist history?
You're looking at me for a reaction on that riff there.
You're just like, oh come on, you're the biggest like. Yeah. He tells 9/11 jokes all the time.
Yeah.
9/10 jokes.
Yeah, I tell a September 10th joke.
Yeah, there's a difference. Yeah. But so how long did you go from being in the club to becoming its president?
So I joined the club. I didn't move up here until spring semester of my freshman year.
Okay.
So I joined the club for about a year, and then the president at the time, Rachel Katz, who has since moved to LA and done things, she was like, "Hey, I'm graduating next spring. I'm making you my vice president, and then when I leave, you take over." And I was like, "No, thank you?" Question mark. So that happened. She graduated. I was like, "All right, I guess this is fine." And now it's been 2 years, and I will be leaving. So the person underneath me will have to go through the same thing.
Is that Vincent or
Yeah.
who's been? Okay.
Vincent will be under, yeah.
Are you going to crack open a melon and then rub a smear on his head?
Lion King
Yeah,
style?
Lion
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we can make that happen. It's weird that you said watermelon because we like specifically wrote a watermelon sketch.
Okay.
I don't know why, but we did for this like sketch comedy show we do once a year every spring, and we wrote it like towards a specific cast member, but didn't tell him. So we'll see how that plays.
Okay. Huh.
So how many members do you have right now?
Right now we have about 15, 20 active people. There's like 90 on the email list,
Oh, wow.
but that doesn't mean anything. Yes, we get about 15, 20 people that try to do open mics, be in sketch shows, write stuff for our website, things like that. And then we just had like a club fair kind of thing they do at the university. So we just got some new signups, which hopefully will come tonight, and then maybe we'll have more.
So if people want to join Wolfpack Comedy Club, what do they need to do? Like your website or email? Or...
Yeah, so they can check out our website, which is just wolfpackcomedy.com. We're trying to kind of build it like The Onion kind of, and have anybody who's more writer-centered like I am.
Mm-hmm.
They can do articles, whatever they want. But they can check that out. It has all like our meeting places, times, stuff like that. But really the only rule is you're supposed to be an enrolled student. We've
Supposed
had
to be.
non-enrolled students though, so...
What about middle-aged men that want to hang around?
We always have one a semester. So you guys are going to have to break that up between the two.
Okay, cool.
So do you got any stories? Comedy stories? What are best experiences, worst experiences?
I feel like they're all a little bit of both, right? You always got like good and bad on the same day or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, we took a trip to LA my second year in comedy club. There was 5 of us in a car. We took 2 cars. That was a terrible idea, but we did it. We drove to LA to be a part of. USC invited us to like a sketch show competition-ish thing. So it was 4 troops from USC, and then us, and then a troupe from ASU. Which clearly those 2 colleges are very centered on sketch comedy and performance. And then we had 10 of our dummies go to LA and be like, look at this dumb joke we wrote for our first sketch show ever.
Oh.
That was a great idea.
So that was sketch centered. It was sketch centered and not like comedy sports or something was more improvised basically.
So we had written about 8 sketches before we went. And then we get to LA, we booked an Airbnb, we thought this would be like a cool weekend in February, right? We're like all pros now because we're driving to LA and stuff. Get there, it's like a 1-bedroom apartment for like 10 of us, so we're like, cool, this will work out great. We had a lot of mattress sharing, that was fine. And then we went to the show, saw the first troupe, they totally knocked it out of the park. We were like, okay, this is gonna suck, it'll be fine. We opened the show with a great sketch where it's Colette and Ratatouille. I don't know if you guys have seen the Pixar hit. Yeah, she's like the lady chef in the movie.
Okay, I haven't seen that movie. I've heard good things though.
It's Patton Oswalt was great.
Okay.
Anyway, so we did a sketch where it was Ratatouille and he's controlling Linguini while he has sex with Colette. opened the show with that one.
Nice.
Best decision we've ever made. Closed the show with a sketch, kind of SNL-esque, where they do like the auditions for movies. And it's like people that are clearly not in the auditions.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be Black Panther was going to come out in like 2 months from now. And so our whole joke was that they only called like white people in to audition.
That's pretty
Gotta
good. That's
work
right.
with what you have.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, so we had 10 people. About 8 of them were actually in the show. Each of those people had to do 3 characters.
Oh.
So we had Cher and Hall & Oates in there, as if those were poignant references.
Yeah,
for
tiny
Do you want to do the Alan Alda that Bill Hader does?
Right, you always gotta like throw one in there that's about 40 years too late. Yeah.
Do you have any impressions then?
I super don't have any impressions. I am the least capable at any impression, voice, characters. That's not like my thing.
No accents, no like offensive accents.
Offensive accent.
Yeah.
Luke has a pretty good Borat, and I have a pretty good Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah.
What was this Miss Pac-Man?
It's super offensive. It got a little racist.
I was gonna say, what's racist of like a yellow
Oh.
circle?
Yeah.
She took on the mannerisms of an African-American Louisiana mother.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Pac-Man, you haven't been here for years. And like, it got a little, I really leaned into it. I swung for the fences.
And missed all of them.
But I was just wondering, like, to myself, why would something like that be offensive versus, like, you can have a very stereotypical, like, Irish or
Italian
or Italian, like...
Oh, come on, we know why.
Because it's European, or is that it?
Yeah, they've had it good long enough. It's their turn.
For Irish people, like, they were pretty persecuted.
They had one famine.
Yeah. And, yeah, they were, like, the immigrants that everyone was complaining about. Like, Trump was president back then. He would have, like, built a wall around New York where they were coming in and been turning them away or something.
You know what? Where is that wall? If you're going to make one big promise, you might as well at least try to keep it.
Yeah, I think, like, the only wall work that's been done, like, was like, approved under Obama or something.
That was a gate and it was open.
Yeah, come on. No, like, Obama put up a lot of fencing and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, he's doing the same thing, except, yeah. Anyway, I really don't want to get into politics.
We're going a little.
Yeah.
We're getting a little too on the rails here.
Yeah.
So sketch comedy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you say that's really what comedically and creatively is that really what you want to sink your teeth into the most?
I'm more a writer. I don't like
Okay.
the only reason arguably that I do stand up is to have like proof that I've written something. I don't just have like a notebook that I'll show to strangers and be like, look at this great joke I wrote. I don't actually know if it's great, but like I think it's great. So stand up is kind of like a portfolio for me, right? But I am super into any and all comedy that I can consume. So sketch would be fun. Anything that I can write in general would be fun. But sketches I've had more experience with, so.
Yeah. Do you have any sort of, like, goals for careers in the future, or are you going into something that's completely outside of the comedy realm?
I would personally like to write for television. I feel like that's something that everybody says, but like I just think there's a lot going on specific mediums right now, streaming wise and stuff. There's a lot that I can be like, there's
a lot of comedy shows being produced.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I actually just I'm in like this media class right now, and they had us look at like a list of all these pilots that got greenlit recently, and like 90% of them are comedy. But all of the descriptions are like a single mother is in a dramatic like.
And they're all going to start with like 3 weeks earlier, or my name is Harry McDoyle, and God, you wouldn't believe my life. Yeah, they're going to be garbage.
Yeah, but like the best part was that all of the descriptions were like, when her life turns to turmoil, and they're like, check out this ABC comedy.
Turmoil. I like that in the show.
Okay, well, my tip for writing. Well, first let me ask you: are you more of a Horowitz or Harmon?
Probably Horowitz.
I get that vibe.
Yeah.
I get that vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm more of a Harmon myself, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if your character is getting into turmoil in the first episode, you kind of already shit the bed. Like, let's see the interesting part from the gate and build from there. Like, it's the same with any improv sketches. They want you to. We perform a herald with our team, so in between each beat, the scenes will start, and then there's a break in between, and you come back. But you want to come back into the part that's worse. You want to skip so far ahead that you're in arguably a whole different situation. And I think that writing an episodic TV show should kind of, your platform should be the oh shit moment, not the oh my word moment. It should be the oh we're already here, let's see where to go.
Yeah, the stuff that I really appreciate is like something that can be really intense and dark, but you don't feel that at the right moment. So like currently I'm watching the new season of Curb Your Enthusiasm, and spoiler alert, but in the opening of this new season, his like manager friend, played by Jeff Garlin, he has like a 5 o'clock shadow in this new season, and so people see him from a distance and assume that he's Harvey Weinstein. And that's just like, it was right out of the gate too. It was like the first 10 minutes of the episode, and I was like, this is gonna be a season gag. Like this is what we're doing now.
Yeah, each of those moments, each of those escalations from that initial platform are gonna be so much better because you're already in on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Always Sunny in Philadelphia does that really well too. Like, they're one of my favorites because they'll start with like, oh well, we have to fake a baby, and then by the end of the episode, like, we're gonna have a funeral for the baby. The baby has died. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then of course, like any show, they have a lot of running gags. Like I was pointing out how I liked the waiter that they never recognize, and then he's like working on an airplane they don't recognize, and then he's always like, you guys, like, you know me, you spilled spaghetti all over me, you tied my shoes together.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's, it's good to have, like, those platforms are important. Those are what makes your content, whatever you're making, more repeatable. That's why in my stand-up, there's always, like, I always have like a tapeworm or a lesion or like a wind rash. Like, these are the things that, like, I don't know, I want to be the stuff that if I want to start out there, where I take it is going to be better from that. But usually I'm in a bad habit of making those the punchline right now, when really I should start out with like, I had a tapeworm and here's what happened. That's where I need to go.
This is like a complete 180. But I saw your set at the Reno Improv around like Halloween time, and you came out in like a Spider-Man costume and then talked about child molestation the whole set. Honestly, the best thing I've ever, like, it wasn't even what you said, it was just the fact that you came out in the costume and everyone was like, alright, we're gonna get Halloween jokes, like, whatever, and then you're like, child molestation, and everyone was like, oh no.
Yeah. Michael's a clean comic. Yeah.
Well, yeah, if I had better marketing, I could get away with that stuff.
I mean, we have a comic in our club who is very similar in style to you, and I cannot credit him enough for the joke that I'm about to say right now, but his Type 5, he talks a lot about if a kid were to have a birthday on 9/11, he's like, what are you going to play, Jenga? Like,
oh, yeah.
Like, what are your birthday invitations going to look like?
Is that
like, if you turn
Chase
11, no, his name's Colin Schumacher. Yeah.
I know I've seen him.
Yeah.
But has he been on a show yet?
I don't think he's been on any of your shows.
Okay.
He just did Reno Tahoe like 2 weeks ago, I think. But he ties that in. He goes from 9/11 and then somehow escalates that to Caillou. I don't know if you guys remember this Canadian bald cartoon guy. But how Caillou should have cancer. That's the reason that he's bald.
Yeah, well,
he's
he has
the
a
leukemia poster child.
enlarged head, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, it's the same thing. And
Charlie Brown too. Jeez.
Yeah. He's like 21. He's just like 9/11, and everyone's like, oh.
And they're, well, I mean, 21. He's barely old enough to never forget, you know.
Yeah. Wow. Let's see. How old are you?
I'm also 21.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you were alive during 9/11, but yeah, in a couple of years, like, there'll be people graduating from college that
Right.
weren't around.
I mean, I can extra never forget because my mom's birthday's on 9/11, so she's
Oh.
like,
Happy birthday,
Birthday.
Viviane's mom.
she's not gonna listen to this.
All right, well, let's say the worst thing you ever did and got away with.
Yeah.
The worst thing, I was such a noob in school. There's nothing. There's nothing. As if the overalls in the English school teacher outfit didn't give it away.
Did your mother spank you when you were younger?
No.
Really?
I think my dad did.
Okay. Like just hand spank or with a belt?
Oh no, full wooden spoon.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yardstick. Yeah.
Fallon went amok again.
Yeah. I mean, it's that, and so my family is half Basque, which is like in between Spain and France, and it's very like Western European, like anger management issues.
I actually
so,
have
like,
some good Basque material that I
Oh,
mix in every
really?
now and then. Yeah.
Yeah, just everyone's got a little bit,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Now I've heard people raving about Basque food. What does that? Is it a style or way of eating, or is it like
It's
certain
like
dishes?
the main requirements. You're gonna have at least like 12 jugs of wine on the table,
Okay.
without question.
And then okay, imagine like a large trough for horses and like one big spaghetti, and like everybody gets a bite out of it.
There has to be
Okay.
like 8.5 pounds of garlic per forkful. There's like 6 different meals all at once.
It's very family style oriented.
Okay. So they're sharing off of the same like serving or plate?
Yeah,
or-
every Basque restaurant I've been to kind of does that. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, so all the tables are connected, which I've learned from a mistake that if you don't tell people that ahead of time, they get real freaked out. But yeah, all the tables are connected. You get like 4 different things that come with your meal. It's like salad, beans, like whatever, depends on the place you go, and then everyone just eats off the same stuff.
Okay.
Super riveting material.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
We're cutting out this section.
Basque recommendations.
That's
If you go to the Martin in Winnemucca, you're gonna get only a little bit of hair in your food.
Yeah, there was this Basque restaurant in Elko I was wanting to try out next time I'm there.
You don't have to.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a fan personally. Yeah.
Alright.
You gotta try everything once, right?
That's fine.
You can try it.
I'll go for it.
Anyway, we've got an ad break coming up, I imagine, right?
Yeah, sure, let's have it right now. Do you want me to... I'll stop the video and we can restart the...
Luke is in the bathroom right now. Thank you to Anchor.
Hi guys. Yeah.
So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna bring back our character card improv game. We're gonna do a scene. We all 3 have during the ad gotten random character cards that we're gonna take on their persona, and we're going to do a scene. The only thing we need to get started is a suggestion
From the audience.
from the audience.
We aren't getting anything.
Oh, pizzeria? That's a good one.
Pizzeria.
All right, Luke. Whenever you're ready.
I want woolly mammoth on pizza.
Oh, you do this every time we come here. You make Michelle uncomfortable.
Woolly mammoth delicious.
They don't sell that anymore. They're extinct.
The fuck?
I know, it's upsetting.
Global cooling in my time kill woolly mammoth.
Global warming might bring them back.
Oh, I'd like that.
Here comes a pizza person.
Oh,
Alright, what can I get you guys?
fuck, I told you. I want woolly mammoth pizza.
I'll be honest, I don't know what a woolly mammoth is.
Elephant with many hair.
This is why we hang out. You're well spoken for a caveman.
Yes, learned English have I.
We'll take pepperoni and cheese. Your finest ingredients.
Okay, so I don't really know math that well, so I think it's gonna be like either $300 or $300 per slice.
You see, with my new policies, you guys are going to know math better. You're going to get caught up. You're going to be able to have affordable health care.
You give us pizza. Otherwise, I'll bash you with
with big stick.
Club.
English hard.
So club sandwich is what we want now, or?
Oh, club sandwich. You need Og's Club?
No. I think what I need is like some sort of, I don't know, better English class to like know what you're saying, because I'm real confused.
Okay, this is a problem with young Americans. They're not staying in school. They're not incentivized to do better. This could help
Gen
you.
Z. Disappointing.
I don't understand the I smell pennies meme.
Og no know this meme.
Michelle showed me TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah, I can show you. You pull out your phone.
Oh! Fire on screen! Oh, amazing!
Oh, you like that? Well, wait till you see what it can do. Michelle showed me. This is an app, short for application. You upload videos of yourself lip syncing, dancing, putting makeup on.
I want to see naked women.
I also want to see that. So.
Yes. Let us find naked women together. And scene. God. It's hard to know when to edit. Well,
Yeah.
when there's nobody outside of the
Maybe,
scene.
I gotta say, I had no idea who you were.
I'm not good at improv. I'm
Okay.
open with that.
Yeah, maybe-
But, yeah, high school dropout.
High school
So,
drop. Oh, okay, that's why you're. Oh,
Yeah.
that's why you don't know anything.
And I was Donald Trump,
Who are you?
the president.
Oh, okay. That was your Donald Trump impersonation. It was terrific. Something like. I kind of sound like Stewie Griffin, Donald Trump.
Hey,
Stewie,
really, are
done.
you really a different person?
No, they're the same.
No, yeah, you're
Except
right.
Stewie's probably smart. Well, yeah. He's a genius.
I mean, I have to say, between high school dropout and gangster, this was like the least best card for me.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember me
Yeah.
saying, but I was a noob.
Can you
So-
do a gangster impersonation? Something.
You're doing like a 1930s mobster.
Okay, there's a difference between gangster and
Well, I mean,
mobster.
like,
The
there's.
pinstripe suit and the.
I was thinking like, Crips and Bloods, like gangs. Like,
Okay.
I was thinking like
He's thinking like
the
with
1994 West Coast East Coast rap feuds. Those are the fun ones.
Next improv show we have this Saturday at Reno Improv at
Oh, yeah.
8. I'm gonna be a lobster mobster.
And I'm
Don't
gonna,
eat the lobster. Get the linguine.
I'm gonna be in a different scene.
Yeah.
Nah, I'd be in the other.
Lobster. That sounds so much fun.
Yeah. What about what do you guys got coming up? Tell us about your sketch show
Yeah.
in the spring.
Yeah, so our sketch show is going to be May 1st. It's going to be on campus, so at the University of Nevada, Reno. It's going to be in the Wells Fargo Auditorium, which is like the only theater we have access to. Before that, we're going to have our own stand-up show sometime in March. I'm not totally sure the date
Okay.
yet. And then hopefully we're kind of working on a project right now where we might be kind of touring around like within northern Nevada a little bit. So if that goes well, we'll be doing that.
Oh,
Cool, yeah.
And you guys have your own YouTube channel as well?
Yeah, so all of our social media is linked through our website. So if you just go to wolfpackcomedy.com, you guys can look at Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I think we have a SoundCloud for
Okay.
some reason.
For mumble rap.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You get down on the mumble rap?
not even a little.
All right. Well,
Cool.
first rule of improv, Vivian, is yes and.
Yes, we
No,
do.
no.
Yeah.
It's not that hard, you guys, to mumble rap.
Are we speaking from personal experience? Or? Yeah, okay.
Somebody drop a beat.
All right, my SoundCloud. Look me up. Lil Turn Up is my name on SoundCloud. My first album is called Anxiety. It's also the name of the first track on the album, Anxiety, and it's pretty good.
Can I ask how many tracks are on the album?
11. 11 tracks, and I'm gonna say like a lot of it is freestyle, and it comes from a very dark place. They all end up very sexually aggressive against my dad, and nothing too graphic though. But like it all comes like my track number 2 is called Dark Rider, and it's about driving a truck.
You want to rap about squirrels?
Yeah, I can rap about
Okay.
squirrels.
I don't have beat skill. Do you have good beat skills?
No.
I'll do my best.
Climbing up a tree, you're driving me nuts. I'm taking these sticks, I'm shoving them in butts. I'm a little squirrel and I got a fluffy tail. All of my friends, I all do meth in jail. I look to the left, I look to the right. I climb up a tree and I sing in the night. I'm a squirrel with rabies and I'm here to say I've got more squirrels in the bale of hay. I don't know what I'm talking about, and that's when I like to scream and shout. Habba-dabba-da, habba-dabba-dabba, hibba-dibby-dee, hibba-dibby-dabba. Yeah.
Full on grand.
Yeah, not bad. It's not
Yeah.
bad.
It's easy.
Best new
Okay.
artist.
Look out, Lord and Girly Eilish.
Lord.
Yeah.
Is Lord popular
What
anymore?
did she have to say? When was the last time?
Like 2015 called. Maybe, I don't know. When was Lord?
That's somewhere.
Summer
in there,
13
Yeah.
was when she had her peak.
Well, if you're watching this
Billie
podcast,
Eyelash.
I need you to tweet at Lord that
Yeah.
Michael's coming for.
I am Lord. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord.
So Viviane, yeah, comedy. Like, I mean, do you have any? Okay. So you were a noob in high school. What is that like? What's a noob in Fallon like?
Not hard, first of all, to achieve, because there are 0 things to do in Fallon.
Oh yeah.
Unless you want to go buy meth at the local roller skating rink, which has been closed multiple times and reopened. I don't know, being a noob's really easy. You just go to school and don't do anything, ever. And then you go to college and you're like, oh, there's like people who actually do this stuff. It's not like after school specials. And then,
Yeah, for me it was like we used to go around and just seeing whose door was open. Like we didn't knock, we'd just walk in. Like, cause most of the people knew us anyways, and they'd just be like, "You kids, get out of here." A lot of people get mad, but like you have to. It's either that or you sit at home and learn how to build computers.
I'll say the main 2 hangout spots are either A, Walmart parking lot, which I think is really for any small town.
Yeah.
But we have like one of the big, huge Walmarts, right? So before we had one of the lame Walmarts, not that parking lot, the other Walmart.
Yeah.
Or a completely barren, flat piece of ground with 0 vegetation, and you go out in your cars in the night without any headlights, and then you drink there, and then cops come to break it up, and those cops also drank there when they were in high school. So
You know the spot.
it's like a full circle.
Definitely.
That I always found that's where the guy that could grow facial hair in the 5th grade. That's where he peaks.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's where he's like king of the castle,
Yeah.
and then everybody graduates, and that guy just keeps hanging out at that spot.
That's,
See-
that's my brother. So. Yeah.
In Illinois, like we had cornfields, so like you can hide in that shit. Like it's a lot better for that sort of thing.
I feel like Fallon has corn or wheat or something. Someone gets pretty tall over there.
Probably. I mean,
Yeah.
Something.
I don't know. It's like you drive by and there's like a couple of cows, then like a trailer park, a couple other cows, maybe standing in something that's kind of tall. Unsure what it is. Again, could be drugs, could be alfalfa. We don't know.
But you do have the freedom in small towns to go on that adventure to figure out what is in there. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah. And half the time it's a snake. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is.
What was Illinois like?
I mean, I come from a small town of around like 40,000-ish. Yeah.
Small town, he says.
Yeah. 40, 45. How big is Winnemucca? And stuff?
1700.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fallon's probably about the same.
1700?
Close. I think
That's
it's
all?
gone up since then. but
17,000 or 1700?
100.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like 1,700.
How many people
Wow.
did you graduate with in high school?
Over 500.
Alright.
But we had 2 high schools in our town.
Okay. So we have one.
Okay.
I graduated with 200 kids.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, we had a class about I believe it was like 167, and about half of those made it to graduation. The rest got pregnant.
Yep.
Cool.
We're
Yeah.
really just saying the same story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I graduated with Jack Van Ness.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's about it as of right now. Soon he's gonna be saying, "Oh, I graduated with Luke Westberg."
There's a kid a grade or two younger than me who he got to play one play like Rudy, but instead of for Notre Dame, he got to play one play for the Detroit Lions. That's really like, I don't know if he's still playing. If he is, like, good for you, man. And like, his sister walked in on me in the bathroom once. Yeah. So
Doing what?
just peeing. She saw everything.
Nice.
So really,
Now,
she should get the award. Yeah. Okay.
You worked at a local pool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How was that? I heard a story about. You told me a story about a sauna.
All right, when am I good? You know that? Okay, it's closed now. They stopped using the sauna because it was it was draining too much power. When the Boys and Girls Club, they tried to cut a lot of corners when they took over from the recreation department, but it still works. You can go back there. And one time, I might have ejaculated on the rocks, and it wasn't on purpose. I just was there, and I slipped, and the ribbon flew into that direction. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Viviane.
It's
He,
classic Taylor, man. I've heard it.
He wasn't
so
wearing
much.
his sauna sandals and it was just slippery in there.
My body is just riddled with ringworm.
There you go.
So, you ever break in anywhere in Fallon? What are the local legends?
The local legends. I know. So there's the high school that I went to used to be the middle school when my dad, who's also from Fallon, went to high school.
And and it's the Green Wave.
Yeah, which used to be our mascot was Alfalfa because that's super intimidating.
Okay.
Now it's a sea monster, even though we're landlocked. So we're really just moving up.
It's the Fallon Cthulhu's or what are we?
Yeah.
It's still a green wave, but the mascot is like a literal green wave, but like with little arms. Fun fact, I was the high school mascot for one day.
Yeah, all right.
No, not all right.
Now, do you just
Super
get painted up?
No, it's a full on like
Oh.
like college basketball level
Good.
mascot.
I wouldn't want you
Oh,
wearing
wow.
green face.
That was your guys' athletic budget for that
Yeah.
year.
They dry clean it for you. One of the cheerleaders' mom ran the thing, and she's like, "I'll give you $20 if you wear this for 2 hours." And I was like a sophomore in high school, and I was like, done.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to Walmart tonight. Yeah.
And now there's video footage of that, and I highly regret it.
Well, you can find the link to that video in the description below. Because I'll find it. I'll
I was
sniff it
gonna
out.
say, I hope somebody in the dark web's just like erasing it right now. Just like, get it out.
Are there any ghost stories from your small towns or legends of ghosts?
Well, yeah, so that's what I was gonna say was our old high school building that my dad went to high school in. That building's known for being haunted. 0 people have seen ghosts there, but everyone agrees that it is haunted. It could just be a homeless dude chilling in the old basketball court. I don't know. Could be anything.
Well, I've heard UNR has some ghosts in there.
Yeah.
Because my girlfriend, when she was there, apparently there's some mean ghosts, but she had a nice ghost that just moved around and arranged things on her desk and into sort of weird patterns.
Yeah, there's a couple of the dorm rooms that have not exploded that are kind of famous for being haunted. They're the older ones, but there's a bunch of other buildings or objects on campus that are known for being haunted. So there's an old, the English building used to be a slaughterhouse before they remodeled it. So that's a whole thing.
You can hear the agonist cries of mooing.
I don't know what.
Pigs
And then they just built a new art building on campus, and they have a new museum there. And one of the paintings is of Mrs. Mackey, who half of the university is owned by the Mackey family, and that painting's really famous for being haunted. And so, like, the curator of the museum says that, like, alarms have gone off saying people are inside the museum, but nobody's there. And the last time the painting was somewhere, it, like, fell on top of somebody, and it has, like, a super heavy frame, so that's a thing. And, like, again, none of this has been seen
Okay.
by multiple generations, but it all exists.
Yeah. Well, like, my girlfriend woke up and she felt someone's presence and she could see, like, a shadow on the wall or something. But that's about it.
Yeah. And I spent my entire life in, like, the old slaughterhouse building because I'm an English major, and so everyone's like, the gutters used to go down these walls, and I was like, I just want my diploma. I paid too much for it, but alright.
Nice. But did people say, like, the explosion in the dormitory was due to, like, is that, like, due to ghosts?
Ectoplasmic buildup.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I mean, we can make it that now.
Okay.
Just take it.
You heard it here first,
The,
folks.
the most famous ghost story in Winnemucca is one that I wrote, like, from doing some town research on Basque culture and Chinese immigrants, because there's an opium tunnel that runs under the whole town. So I said that and if you look into Basque history, this is a true fact. Basque, the culture is where Halloween witches come from, like boiling kids in cauldrons and flying around on broomsticks. You can ask the university professor at UNR this, and so I just combined them. I was like, oh, I know that there was Chinese railroad workers doing opium in tunnels, and I know Basque people, witches came there and just mashed them together. And Discovery Channel, Travel Channel, they all hit me up for that episode, but I went to film school at the same time.
So really just
So they have,
opportunities.
yeah, they have
Yeah.
old info on me, and they'll still send, like, every 8 or 9 months or so, they'll still send me, like, an email that's like, hey, you want to be on Most Haunted? And I'm like, I'm thinking about touching it up and redoing it.
I mean, to be honest, there should be ghosts in Winnemucca because they deserve to apply every facet of revenge they want, because you guys put the cemetery on Potato Road, and if that's not the rudest thing to do to that person, I don't know what.
Yeah.
It's how our potatoes are so good, Vivian.
Yeah.
We don't talk about it. Alright, so we've got like 5 minutes left, I would say. So we get people from, like, I know we got some young local area people listening from places like Fallon and Winnemucca and Carson City, kids that are coming to UNR. Would you, if they were interested in joining Wolfpack Comic, what's your sales pitch to get them to join?
Sales pitch. Usually I say we're 15 weirdos that have $0 and you don't get paid for any of this, but it's fun.
Yeah, and it's a supportive community. They come to our show, they always have each other's backs. There's never just one Wolfpack comedy person on one of our shows, which is great. Like, the support is the only way that a place like Reno is going to grow a scene, because after doing some traveling, we can roll with all the best up-and-comers. Like, it doesn't have to be area specific. So if you come, show your support, go to their sketch show in May, come to all of our shows. We do an open mic every Thursday at the Blind Onion, and hit us up for information on that. What else we got?
7 p.m. every Thursday except third Thursday, which is a show.
And also, like, I think you guys have really helped us with that, like, community feeling, because I don't think any of us would be nearly as, like, supportive of each other if we didn't get the people who have already been through the system to help us out. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So to have you guys come be like, please come to our shows and take these opportunities, like, for us, that was a huge deal because we're still babies. So.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get into comedy, like, college is a good time to do it. Like, I mean, how old were you when you started comedy?
19.
Yeah. I started, like, for a couple years after college. I did, like, maybe one show a month because it was, like, an hour and a half for me to drive to do an open mic. So, like, after, like, 2009, I took a few years off, and then 13 and 14, I did a couple shows here and there. And then 15, I started taking it a little more seriously. 17, I fucked off completely.
My mid-20s, I went into a depression where I didn't do anything. And then I clawed my way back out, moved to Reno, and now we're hitting it hard. And, like, it's a community where every time you thought you were crazy for having a thought, you are completely justified saying, S my D world, I was right and you were wrong. And like, it's something that has really changed me and I can't give up. And it's all, really, Luke is kind of like the heart and soul of the Reno comedy scene.
Yeah.
Like,
Not everyone appreciates that.
no.
Not speaking about anyone in particular.
But
Anyway, that's another story for after the camera started.
But we love working with you guys. We like being able to have a place where people that have not practiced more than 4 minute and people that don't know how to take their first steps into getting behind a microphone and telling the jokes. They don't know what that justification feels like of like people agreeing with you, and you get that laugh and you're like, I knew it. Like,
yeah, that is a great part about some of this too, is a lot of people, like I started my senior year of high school, like I said, but a lot of people come in, even their junior year of college, they'll join our club or something, and they'll come do either one of your spots or they'll come do something on campus, and then they were like, oh, this was just like a fun thing, but you guys were so good that I think I might actually consider doing this, so it's absolutely that kind of like free thing.
all right. So if you are going into UNR, definitely check out wolfpackcomedy.com. Follow our friend Viviane. She's the best. She hooks it up with all of the hot college kids for us. And what do we got coming? We have improv show on Saturday.
Yeah, improv. Bad Horse. Me and him. 6 or 7 other people. Yeah. Gonna be fun. Lobster, mobster.
All right. Anyway, thank you, Viviane. Thank you, everybody. For
All right. We'll see ya. Stay sweet. That's
Oh,
what he said.
stay sweet.
Yeah. Bye.